Man, this comic book sucks! And the reviews online said it was good! I wasted my money! Why didn't somebody tell me?
Hey everybody, this is Spinnerack. We're doing our comic reviews, and we have Petey here, and we have...
Calvin Ellis, ready to rock.
So today we have something you've been asking for a long time, something Mario Big Business wanted us to do, but we've held back, and we're sorry.
He asked for this?
Yes, he definitely asked for this.
Okay.
So we're doing DC Superhero Girls, and this one is Paper Trail. This is a long series, an 8-part series, so no, this is the 8th issue, but this series has been going on. We're supposed to Shea Fontana.
Yeah.
We interviewed her. It was very fun to interview her at the Comic-Con last year. And she had, she came from animation, and she's working on this, and it's a big hit. It's becoming a bestseller as far as the trade paperbacks. So we had to look at what's going on here.
Yeah. See, this is selling well, so that means it's going to be canceled.
Don't leave it. Why would they cancel something that's selling well?
Because that's what always happens with this type of
That's
stuff.
not what happened.
I've been reading a long time, but go ahead.
What comic books have they canceled that sold well? Outside of those Vertigo things.
I was going to say the Vertigo thing.
You can't say the Vertigo thing because they're finished.
Besides, this is only 8 issues anyway, so
they'll have another thing. This is like this is like it's not. I don't know if it's the second, but at least 2 or 3 series have been going on with this. So it's.
Yeah, they had the Superman Earth 1 series. All of those sold well. We don't know when the next one's coming out, if ever.
Well, that one's more like when they want to decide to do it, because they let.
But that's the thing. It's selling well. Why would you let it go belly up? It's selling well. Get the next one out there.
But they're like, these guys are. This is letting the creative do whatever they want instead of saying. They're like, well, I want to do it with Jeff Johns wants to do it with what's the artist that he did the Batman with? I forget his name, but he wants to stick with the same artist. So it's like, well, we're already doing this thing with Doomsday, so we push it down on the back burner because you're gonna make a lot more money on this, and then we'll make more money on Batman Year One. But anyway, in the story we have this tale is called Paper Trail, and there we have the little bit of the Titans fighting these like almost flat versions, even though it's a cartoonish sort of thing. These sort of flat drawn versions of Wonder Girl, and at this point they're pretty formidable, but we're sort of thrown into the story. But as it goes on, it still stays fun because they run into this book reading, which they have the Black Canary who's giving up her superhero to do some music called the Canary Cries, and it just was cracking me up. But then, of course,
they actually did that in the canon stories too. They had her she was like the leader of a grunge band.
She was.
Yeah, they had her ripped. They had her like ripped. Her stockings were ripped. She's over there. She was fronting the band.
So they're spoofing this part because she has all this dark eyeshadow, the Canary Cries, and then. It takes 2 seconds for her to join the group where she says she's out of it. They steal her CDs and she's back in it right away. So then they find a way to stop what they call the Wondies in there with using their lassos. But then we go back to the school and we see the Enchantress, and they don't say exactly, but it seems like it's magic paint that sort of caused them to create these characters. So why doesn't the Enchantress use the magic paint more and creates some of DC's worst villains? And this is just a fun read, and although there was also, Craft the War World. They had where they made some sort of digital thing.
Yeah.
I love that play on words. So, it's just a fun book, and, if you know the continuity, obviously there's going to be bits that you like that you can check out. And you have something where you can look at it, and then your son or daughter can snatch from you and say, why are you reading that? This is mine. Like kids with Lego where the parents stealing it and making their constructions. Well, like, no, that's mine, Dad. Give it back. So what do you think about the book?
Well, I can understand why Big Business was after us to do this. For some reason, these sorts of books get high ratings from us, but I'm realizing they get high ratings because they do what they're supposed to do. One, they're entertaining. They click on all cylinders in terms of the characterization, plotting, all of that sort of thing. And it's actually directed at the people that are buying it. I'm somebody who wants to read Thor. When I pick up Thor, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Put that to the side. I'd like to read Captain America. I picked that up. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Got to put this to the side. You know, I'm like, hey, what's this? Oh, what's this? Metal, the casting? Pick this up. I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know, put this to the side. Now, mind you, every time I put it to the side, I can't get my money back. That doesn't make me happy. This, you pick it up, and you're like, okay, I look at the cover, I look at what's going on. Yes, this is exactly what it is that I'm expecting, and it hits. It's not like I come over here and, okay, DC superhero goes, and I pick it up, and they're all with AK-47s, and they're committing murder or something. It's not that extreme. But it's also not to the point where it's this realm of, serendipitous silliness, where anything goes, and I can't, there's no gravitas to it. In the world that's created here, this is still serious. It reminds me of like the Archie stories, where if you understand, look, it's a big deal if Archie gets caught going on a date with Veronica by Betty. Even though they both know he's dating either one of them, it's still a serious thing that you understand, like, okay, hope Archie doesn't get caught. Yeah. And in here, along the same lines. So they hit every single thing that they're supposed to do in terms of crafting, and it's still entertaining at the end of the day. There's only one problem I have with this, and that I didn't read it earlier, that I got into issue 8. But that's another strong thing about it. I didn't need to go back and read the other 7 issues in order to enjoy this. Yeah. They're able to bring you up to speed. They're able to do enough exposition. And mind you, the exposition is pretty light because there's a lot of action. Again, exposition is pretty light.
That's the other part of having that much amount of action, starting with action.
Yeah.
Even when you set up, you see Canary and a little explanation, then more action of stealing that stuff, and then the action of them stealing there's so much thing happening where...
And it moves quickly. It reminds me of a Golden Age comic where there was Golden Age comics were so compressed in terms of all the stuff going on that literally between 4 panels, you could have started off in New York City and then been on the moon at the end of it. But this reminds me of it, but it flows so well. It is so fluid in terms of how it gets the action across. Just a fun read at the end of the day.
There's other bits. The other thing that that DC has done, because they've done Batman animated comics, and I think with the Batman series they sort of repackaged them as they went along. If interest waned, and it seemed that seemed to work, but they keep going away from them. When they did Superman Adventures, they sort of did 30 issues, and then they sort of let it die, but they never repackaged it, and they let Mark Miller became the biggest guy.
Because it was Superman.
I did the Adventures, and it didn't sell. They want dark in there. They that basically helped push this lighter stuff down. And when this is you just have to repackage it, keep it short.
Well, you have to have good marketing sense too, because they repackaged all the Batman stuff because it was selling better, and also because they were putting all of their weight behind the Batman stuff. Superman was an also ran when it came to the animated series. So this series came out, literally, I think they published certain things saying, well, look, Batman's doing well, let's do Superman. Let's see how far it goes. It went as far as it could, and that was the end of it. Nobody was there saying, no. Same way that the Batman stuff started to grind out, let's just package it a different way and bring it back. People were buying it at one point. Let's continue it. No, we don't need to do that. We can put another Batman book out because that's making money, but that's also the short-sightedness on them as well at the end of the day.
So we're going to score this. I'm going to go 4. Only one off is just, there was one bit of the 1Ds and how they came to creation. They could have added a little something to explain them for me. I'm just guessing the magic paint. But otherwise, I go out and buy this one. And buy this for your kids if it's not for you. Definitely recommend.
So what was the score?
4. I said 4 stars.
Oh. Gonna do my best. Okay, hold on. Let me get my John McCain hand out. This is a 5 for me. Yeah. This is a 5. This is exactly what a comic book is supposed to be. A comic book needs to be, it needs to be open so that anybody at any time can pick this book up and say, 1, I understand what's going on. 2, I would like to know more about what's going on in the future. And then 3, even better, I would like to go back and read what's going on, not because I need to understand this one, but because I want to so I can have the full picture. Yeah. It does all of that. So this is a 5.
All right, thank you, everybody. We brought you one. We brought you one you could take home to your family and let everybody read it. Just pass it along to everyone in the
It's always the same book, though. It's always the same type of book, seems to be. It's always the same type of book for the same demographic that seems to be doing this. So, hey, I guess they know their readers better than I do.
Yeah, and we're going to also send Big Business out to you, to your home, get you a copy, because we know you want it. Thank you, America. we got you DC superhero girls and Superhero High. Their books already out there. There's a bunch of books out there. Go get them. Thank you.
See you next time.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Spinnerack.
Spinnerack.
You saved me money.